All right, and we finally got a viewer. Only took a good 2 minutes to get one person. That usually doesn't happen. So, first person who joined, you're lucky. All right, and we finally got a second viewer. The first viewer left. What's up, Sammy? Good morning. Top of the morning to you. Big night last night. Big night. First of all, we waited for, what's his name? Juan Rodriguez. The father of 2 children. He may have more children, but I'm not sure. But what we do know is that he left 2 of his children in the car to die. Left them in the car, went to work for 12 hours, got out of work, got back in his car, and realized I got a couple of dead kids foaming at the mouth. Terrible. And yeah, and then he got arrested, pretty much. So we were there waiting for him at the precinct. But before he walked out of the precinct, we saw 3 male blacks, also in handcuffs. And then the Juan Rodriguez, was what I did do is I did police later. You know, I gave them a call and I said, hey, do we got this guy? You know, is that him? And they said, yes, that's him. So far, you're gonna see it on Channel 1, New York 1, and ABC 7 Eyewitness News, probably NBC, and definitely News 12 as well. So, besides that, if anyone else was on my other broadcast, you will see the Bronx 2-alarm fire that we also went to. Nobody got hurt. I did get an interview with some folks. We were 10 minutes away from that fire, so we were there pretty quick at that 2-alarm fire. There was also oh no, that was the dreaded pothole I always try to avoid, but I just knew when I got in this left lane, I was gonna hit that. But that's my, you know, that's what's expected in the left lane around the East Village, southbound on the FDR. Yeah, pain in the ass. Anyway, where was I? So this double Bronx slashing, both of them slashed in the face at the Kennedy Fried Chicken. But what I think makes it interesting is the fact that on that same intersection is an EMS station. And they treated both of these victims in the EMS station garage. Later, they had to wash the blood off the floor. So I was 5 minutes away from that job and was able to get the faces of the victims being transported. So 3 big jobs in the Bronx last night. The biggest, of course, being that perp walk of Juan Rodriguez, who allegedly, accidentally killed his kids, left them in the car to die. Here's a great view of the Brooklyn Bridge. Correction, Manhattan Bridge and then the Brooklyn Bridge. Actually, there's a better view right here. Beautiful Saturday morning. I'm gonna take a nice stroll in the beat today or something, you know? Now back to the frontal view, which still is a nice shot of the city. It's not often I finish this late, but you know what? There were a lot of jobs last night, a lot of jobs. How you been, Sammy? What you up to? You're the one in England, right? From the UK, mate. Do you know what I mean? I have a terrible British accent impression. You live in London? I got a friend of mine. I don't know if you know him. His name is Petrus Inno or Leno, something like that. His name's Petrus, and he's an Englishman, just like you. Do you? Anyway, I met him in New York City this one time. And how we met is that he saw me chat, liked my skills or whatever, and he said that we should grab some drinks or you know, just do the New York City nightlife, right? Pretty much. Because New York City nightlife is great, and you know, long story short, we were wingmen. And yeah, but eventually he went back to England, where he currently resides. Petrus, cool guy. He does a cool Joker impression too. Hot in England. I can't even imagine England being hot. For some reason, I just feel like England's just always cold and rainy. At least that's been my impression. Now, I saw somewhere, I think it was YouTube, they were talking about, you know, what they do in England. And they said that what they do is that they give people that come off the planes, they give everybody umbrellas because that's how much it rains there. I don't know how true that is, but, you know. They also say that they give them some device for their mouth so they can have a proper British accent. I think that whole video might have been a joke. That was my impression. But you tell me if that's true or not. But yeah, I always wanted to go to England, man, and I definitely will. It's the new Revel scooters. You know, I see two people riding them. They're not supposed to put two people on there. These scooters you can just drive around Brooklyn. I got it slow and just ride in very low trafficked areas. I think that's what we do. Check this out. This is a hazmat truck right here. It's carrying oxygen. Yeah, you see that? Hazmat. You got the hazmat sign on there too. Anyone crashes this, it would be a disaster. An absolute disaster. There's like everyone staying away from this hazmat truck carrying oxygen. I will too. Staying the heck away from that truck. Yeah, you see, I guess I was right. See, that's why I had to ask a real Englishman, you know? Hey Sammy, tell me something else. Is it true in England there are like these no-go zones? There are like these no-go zones where there's like Muslim communities where cops are afraid to go there? I don't know if that's true or not. I've heard mixed things. And I've also heard about how most cops don't have guns. Like they got a special unit, like a special gun unit. I assume that's like your British ESU or something. Because in New York City, ESU is, I mean, all cops have guns except of course the traffic guys and whatever. But ESU is when they call it ESU, it means like some serious shit's going down, you know? Like you know, you got a barricaded person, they gotta flip a car over, they gotta do like a rescue, water rescue, high angle rescue. Somebody's trapped in a vehicle, stuff like that. Hostage situation. See that LED sign that says, "Look twice, save a life. Watch for motorcycles." Why? Because motorcycle fatalities are on the way up. I mean, are up. Due to, of course, the summer weather being, you know, warm and all. You said SO19? So SO19 is the gun, the armed unit, the British armed unit? So let me ask you something, right? Let's say there's a gunman, right? How long does it take that unit to respond? And what do the regular cops do? I mean, they can't fire back, so what do? Take cover or run away or like? Because that gets me curious, you know? Yeah, I can definitely see where it's more controlled over there as far as limiting the firearms to specific cops, because you know, and I'm not saying, you know, that's necessarily the best idea, but if you look at New York City and NYPD, what happened with, I think there were like multiple cops firing all at once, some of which who are running away and firing after this robber who robbed a Sprint store was acting like he was firing at the cops with a gun. And yeah, many rounds were fired, and a detective, I believe, was killed in that incident. I guess that's a bad example of having too many guns, but then again, on the other side, I think it makes sense that NYPD arms all its cops, considering I think there's more criminals with guns here. So you gotta fight fire with fire. It takes SO19 minutes to respond. Oh, like a few minutes, right? That's what you mean? But yeah, almost done with my shift here. The police, fire, and EMS units call it a tour. Not sure what it's called in UK. Honestly, I should know this because I'm from a country that is a British Commonwealth country. So But I guess I've never worked in that country, you know, in Southeast Asia, by the way. So I kind of wouldn't know if it's called a shift. I do know the English say schedule differently. They don't say schedule, they say schedule, right? Something like that. Or at least that's how we said it. Well, we do follow a lot of British English where I'm from. Oh, you guys call it a shift too? So I'll show you guys real quick some of the clips from last night, just super quick before I log off here. Of course, I will be premiering these videos. In fact, they are still in its raw form because that 2-alarm fire was still ongoing when I left it just before 6 a.m. because I had to go feed this video in. So I sent everything raw and unedited, including the stabbing, the perp walk, and you know, let the stations figure it out. Usually I do some kind of editing prior, but not this time because gotta meet those deadlines, right? Gotta meet those deadlines. Yeah, here's a good spot. I absolutely would. And I think I would have loved it more when I was single. Now, if you turn on the news and, you know, like New York 1 or ABC 7, you should probably already see those live, some of my videos on there, but let's see. So this is the perp walk right here. This is the guy that left his kids to die in the car. This shot right here was the best shot of him coming out of precinct. I also slowed it down. Sammy, you can just go to NewYork.com or ABC7NY.com or NBCNewYork.com and you're gonna see all these stories. Took place at a 52nd precinct. There was a mob of folks out there just hanging out, and you know, we didn't know what to think. We didn't know if they were gonna come attack us. If he were to walk out, we didn't know if they were gonna attack him. We didn't really know what to expect, honestly. This, I believe, is the wife, possibly. He then covered her up with an Asian fan later. See that? Covered her up with an Asian fan. So a lot of family that was hanging out there. This was an ambulance that left the precinct. Possibly might have been the EMT or paramedics who treated or pronounced the 1-year-olds deceased in the vehicle. Yeah, a lot of family members. Some of them smiling, some of them hugging, some of them crying. Crime scene unit, put the evidence in the van, crime scene van, to be taken away. This is his vehicle right here. This is the Honda Accord these two kids were found in, or that the dad found them in. It's pretty much that. And here we have a lady recycling, going through garbage. Let's see. Oh, you got the Bronx 2-alarm fire. I was super early to this. 10 minutes right after it started, I arrived at this fire. So I interviewed this family. And turn the volume up on this. So I was super early. Now, for 2 alarms, I'm surprised there wasn't fire, but all we saw was smoke. A lot of kids and families out here. See that smoke? Never mind. This is such an awkward position. Great shot right here. Firefighters climbing fire escapes. Usually you climb down the fire escapes, but these firefighters are clearly going up there to take care of this fire. Guy with baby. Yep, definitely a 2 alarm response. A lot of firefighters. And this is them, what do you call that? Units are somebody, anybody. Units are not digging in, but opening up. Yes. They'll say units are opening up. Trucks are opening up. That's what they'll say. This was my favorite part. Drone guy. I never seen them launch the drone. I always see him land the drone. I always see him. This is on Instagram. Check it out. I already posted this on Instagram. That's that 2 alarm fire. Lastly, the stabbing. That was something. I got to this 5 minutes after it happened. You can see it's right. The EMS base is right here. That's the Kennedy Fried Chicken, notorious in the Bronx and Brooklyn. Kennedy Fried Chicken. Never tried it though. EMS base. We've got two of the victims here. That's one of them. That's him. See the bloody face? He got slashed in the face. Oy vey. So that's victim number 1. You got FDNY EMS conditions arriving. Pretty much back to the base, right? You got victim number 2 right here. Sammy, I'm not sure. I don't think they got the perp. Check this out. Ambulance is trying to move, but this guy is busy doing a U-turn. This guy was ready to get in an Uber. Lieutenant's like, "Hey, what are you doing? You gotta come to the precinct with us." Senor, but I got to go home, senor. Yeah, that didn't happen. So either he was the perp or he was, I'm assuming he's the witness. They did not cuff him. Are you telling me I got to go to the precinct? I would rather go back to mi casa. I'd rather go back to mi casa way. No mames. If anybody speaks Mexican, that's a Mexican inside joke. So this is station 19, I believe. FDNY EMS station 19. They had to wash the blood off the floor after this. Yeah. I think this ambulance was buffing. But obviously, how are you going to buff a stabbing job, which was in the same intersection as an FDNY EMS base? Yeah, good luck with that. Blood all over the floor. If you guys saw this live, I think that's an ABC7 news anchor. And now you've got ABC7, Kevin Rosado. Apparently it's also an EMT. These folks wanted to be on camera, watch. Was that an obscene gesture? That was inappropriate. Alrighty folks, just showed y'all some quick clips from the 3 crazy jobs last night. We'll be posting the full videos. Look out for the premieres. Any last words from any folks? Any questions? Nope. Alrighty. Look up for those premieres. This is Adam Belhadger, Loud Labs News NYC. Take care, folks.